being cheated on by the girl I thought I would marry. I've come here today because I needed to share. I don't have that many people to talk to, and most won't understand or listen anyway on such a hard topic. First, I already had a pretty bad life by itself. But I was rarely depressed. Father left when we were kids. Never had any money. First 2 year relationship cheated on me with my best friend at the time. After that, my mom kicked me out and I had to look for a job and a place to live. This resulted in me having no driver license by the age of 22 and doing jobs that I hated. Mom and I didn't have a bad relationship, but she was struggling with her own depression and we also lost her last year. That all being said, I already was handed some bad cards in life. I was so much stressed at the time. I had panic attacks for almost 2 years. Got into fitness and meditation and turned my life around. I was in a really good spot mentally and really hopeful for the future. But now I want to tell you about this girl. As I said before, I was in a really good spot and was damming with this girl I knew since I was 14. She was coming out of a 5 year relationship, which I already should have spotted as a red flag. But I fell so hard and so fast in love with her, it was insane. And at the time, she felt the same. She told me she didn't even want something serious, but this connection we had was just, I don't know, we just clicked in a second. We spent almost every day together and even booked a vacation and went to the Netherlands for 1 week. It was the most beautiful time of my life, and I knew she felt the same. She cried in my arms and told me how much she thanked me. She was in a dark place back then, so I got her to the gym, got her into good nutrition and meditation. She lost almost 50 pounds in 3 months, and I was so proud of her. But then suddenly things began to change. She didn't really text back anymore. She did not want to hang out anymore, got annoyed with me for no reason, and even denied to some people that we were having a relationship. So I started to figure out something was wrong and ended it with her immediately. After that, we reached out to me and we had a terrible argument, which ended in her apologizing and telling me she didn't want to lose me and tried to make it work. She saw her mistakes, and I really believed her. But then yesterday we met out with my boys, and she was out with her girls. We then met at the bar my friends were at, and she brought her friend. And my boys, of course, were asking her, "Oh, Alex has been talking so much about you later. You two are together now?" She didn't ask for no yes or even no. She turned to her friend and both giggling and laughing. I knew something was off. After we went to her place, we had a chat, and I thought we made it through. We slept the last time together, and she fell asleep. But I was wide awake, and her phone kept ringing, so I checked it out. It was a dating app where I saw she was at least texting 2 or 3 dudes on how she wanted to meet up with them and was looking for nothing serious at the time. So I went to her chats just to find out she was talking to at least 3 dudes more on WhatsApp. She slept with at least one or two of them, and this was by the time we had this huge argument because I knew something wasn't right. She even bragged about it with her stupid friends on WhatsApp, sending them pictures of the dudes how they lay there in bed or without clothes in the kitchen. I could go way more into detail here, but I think you get the idea what happened. I sent me some of their messages I found in her phone, some voicemails and messages so she would knew after looking at her phone. I went back to sleep. After she was awake, I just grabbed all my stuff and left without saying anything. I removed her from every social media, etc. I am absolutely ruined right now. As I said before, I was never really hard depressed, but this hurts me so deep, I can't even tell you guys. I had some bad experiences before with girls, but this was so special to me for many reasons. The last 3 girls I dated, I didn't even let them get into my heart because I knew it wasn't worth it. But this one played me so hard. I'm just trying to get through the day right now. I'm really sad. Update. And today I went to her place. And she was at work, but her parents were there. I tried to give them the stuff I had left for her, but they were super pissed off with me and told me to leave the stuff and go immediately. After that, I got a call from the police that I may never go near her and their place. She accused me of aping her that night. I found out about all the other guys. Now I have to go to the police tomorrow and see what she told them I did. I cannot believe this right now, guys. Before, my heart was broken, but now I'm just completely in shock and disappointed. Update. This is my second last update on this. Wanted to let everyone know what happened so far. I got myself a good lawyer who is specialized in cases like mine. He called the police for me and asked the public prosecutor for insight into the case files. Remember, I come from Germany, by the way. The law is not so brutal here as to the USA, saying that after reading the book, you have the right to remain innocent. This took about 4 weeks now. After that, he sent me the case files and what she had told the police would happen. I cannot to go into detail here for now until the case is closed. I will let you guys know in my last post. But for now, me and my lawyer can tell the case will be dropped eventually. Little hints everywhere in the police report speak into my favor, because what she told the police was just mind blowing to think she would come through with this. Trying to picture me as an absolute psycho, lol. My lawyer then sent a document to the police prosecutor with at least 7 reasons or so on how what she said cannot be taken serious. As I said, he is a special lawyer in cases like this for 15 years now, and he told me the case might be dropped here and now. If not, we have many more reasons on how to fight back, he told me. For myself, I'm doing okay. After reading the case files, I was kinda docked up for 2 or 3 days because she told stories from us too. Intimate stories, stuff like talking about the death of my mother and how cold I acted when talking about it. Stuff like that. I did a lot of research and think she might be a big narcissist, and many things make sense now to me. The love bombing at the start, all the red flags, the mood swings, and finally, of course, this case. We have reached the end of the story. Let's listen to some of the comments by Reddit listeners. Comment 1. I'm going through the same thing you are. It finally ended a week ago. I was going to marry her after 2.5 years together, and then I found out she cheated on me 6 months into the relationship for no reason. I miss her so much. I am romanticizing the relationship completely. I miss talking to her, going places, being free and silly. She was my world, my best friend, my everything. Now that she's gone, it's so hard to move on. I know I have a lot of healing to do. I recommend talking to someone you can trust about what you are feeling. Get with a good, reliable friend and vent. Cry as much and as often as you feel. You will be okay, but now it will take time. Most importantly, learn from this. Make yourself a better you so that you can be ready for your future wife because she is on her way to meet you soon. Comment 2. Wow, I can't tell you how sorry I am for your situation and for the things that you've gone through in life. Last year, I came out of a really bad relationships where I was left hurt. My advice is to just block her on everything. Don't talk to her. Go out with friends. It's gonna take time to heal. It's been 1.5 years since my relationship ended and I'm still not okay. I hate when people say it's get better with time because when I'm hurt, I just want to feel better immediately and not with time. But they're right, and I can also say that only time will heal this wound. So keep fighting, go to the gym, go out with friends, talk to other girls, try therapy. Hope it gets better soon and wish you good luck. Found out all 3 children are not my bio children. Having trust issues with new partner after ex-wife cheated continuously for 25 years. Firstly, there are no COVID restrictions in my area hasn't been since May. A bit of background first, and sorry if there is missing information, but I have had to skip some things to shorten this post. I, 52 male, was married to my ex-wife, 53 female, for just over 25 years. Divorce finalized 1 week ago. 3 adult children, 24 female, 22 male, 20 female. DNA proves they aren't my bio children, but I'm still their dad. The following happened in the first 3 weeks of June, worst 3 weeks of my life. Walked in on her cheating with some guy who was there to fix a crack in the drywall. Found out she did it with 54 men and 3 women since we got married. Found out she had been sleeping continuously with my best friend and his wife since before we were married. Found out all 3 children are not my bio children. From here, I'll give some details about where I was emotionally and how I met my current GF. At this point, I had hardly slept and hadn't cried at all. Over the whole saga, I just felt empty. I actually decided that afternoon to end my life. My plan was to drive my boat out into international waters and end it in a way that no one would get scared by having to find my body. I even packed the boat with everything I would need and filled it up with gas. By the time I had finished it was getting dark, so I decided to do it the next day. I didn't want to be alone, so I booked a hotel room in the city and ran an escort agency. I don't know what I was thinking, I just didn't want to be alone. So I checked into the hotel and went to the restaurant to meet her. We met, I paid her, I will call her Angel, 25 female, and we talked. I just told her I was married and going through a divorce. Then we talked about her, well, she talked and I listened. We ordered our meals and I ordered some wine. I tried to pour her a glass, but she said she didn't drink because she had nearly died of a pills in the past and has now been sober for 18 months. I asked about her hopes and dreams. She said she didn't have any because she was just surviving day to day. I looked into her, sad her eyes, and it was like she looked straight into my soul. It actually unsettled me a bit. The meals came, and I realized this was the first thing I had eaten in a week. We chatted some more, finished our meals, and started walking back to hotel. About halfway back to the hotel, a girl on a small motorbike lost control, mounted the curb, and was going to hit Angel. Out of instinct, I pivoted, and the bike glanced off me, missing Angel. I got a few bruises and a bit of skin off, but I was okay. At that point, I felt like an idiot and sore and just wanted to go home, but I had drunk a bottle of wine and was over the limit. When we got to reception, I checked out and was asking if I could leave my truck there and call a taxi as I was over the limit. Then Angel said that she would drive my truck and I home. We got home, Angel cleaned my wounds. I thanked her and said that I hadn't called for an escort for the usual reasons and that I would call a taxi for her and give her the money to get home. She asked if she could stay. At that point, I didn't care about anything and said yes. If she wanted, there was beds in the spare rooms. I went and had a shower in bed. About 10 minutes later, Angel got into bed beside me and said she knew that I didn't want Zags, but she kind snuggled up beside me and just held me with her head on my shoulder. Right then, something in me broke. I started crying uncomfortably and told her everything, every sordid detail, even my plan to end it all. She just kept holding me and telling me that everything would be okay. Then I fell asleep. Angel saved my life that night. I woke up 12 hours later to a stunningly beautiful young woman wearing one of my t shirts that looked like a dress and her making me coffee. We exchanged phone numbers, but I didn't think she would actually call. She was 27 years younger and way out of my league. She ran me every day to check up on me. Then she told me she wanted to get out of the lifestyle she was in, but didn't know how. So I offered her one of my spare rooms so she didn't have to pay rent. So we became roommates and then best friends, nothing romantic. For nearly 6 months, we have spent all of our time together. My children and I had also started a new family tradition to get together every second Sunday for lunch. 4 weeks ago, after my daughters had gone shopping with Angel, my daughters dragged me out to the backyard and said to me, "Are you ducking blind? Angel is in love with you and she has been waiting 6 months for you to be ready." I was stunned and didn't believe them. Then my youngest daughter rolled her eyes and said, "Wake up, Dad." I walked straight inside and kissed Angel, and we have been together since. 2 days before the divorce was finalized, my ex wife was in the car accident, broken pelvis, and put me down as an emergency contact. The hospital ran and asked me to take up some things for her. I did it. She then tells me that Angel is going to cheat on me because there is no way I can give her what she needs. I know that I had no reason to doubt Angel, and I know it's all in my head, but I keep getting this awful feeling in my gut when she goes out. I don't want it to affect what we have, but I can't stop it. Can anyone give some help to get past this? We have reached the end of the story. Let's listen to some of the comments by Reddit listeners. Comment 1. Who even cares what Angel did in her previous life or employment? She is open and honest with him, and he knows her history, and he's apparently happy for the first time in his life. His wife is just an evil and worn out 403. Did I say that? Why, yes, I did. As for being too old, I graduated in May of 2019 with my master's degrees, and the entire time I was in university, I had no literally bit the women off of me. Well, not all of them. And what makes an ex wife livid? Her ex husband finding a young, beautiful woman keeping him extremely busy and happy. Brother, welcome to your next adventure with your awesome lady. I wish you the best. Also, the fact that your children like Angel just makes it even better. Comment 2. Does she have hopes and dreams now that she has met you? Your ex wife and words should mean nothing at this point. Not even a word should be taken with a grain of salt. She is not worth trusting. Why listen to her? I would be wary of these girls' intentions, but we are internet people. Only you would know of her sincerity. So don't get burned again. Then again, maybe you're the person she needed to meet. Same for you, sex worker or not, she saved you. Does she think of you in the same manner?